Hello. A little bit of a less formal video here. I wanted to start a small series about like those silly things that I think in my head. I guess for people on the spectrum, our minds are like supercomputers when we try to process things around us. And I just kind of want to give a voice to the thoughts that I typically don't feel safe letting out or putting into words. I guess out of fear of the world thinking I'm a little bit weird. So in this episode, I kind of want to talk about this thing that I do where I perceive sizes according to the situation. Like some things will appear much larger, some people will appear much larger than me or another person, or possibly even smaller than another person. And I often will not realize until I'm out of that situation that that was not in fact the case. Like, for example, when I took my stepson, I think this is when I first acknowledged that this is something my mind does. I took my stepson to school on his first day of school. Not last year. Last year was COVID. I think it was the year before that. And I remember taking him to where his class was supposed to line up. And I guess other kids in his class saw him and started to come over. And in my mind, I perceived it as him being so tiny and them being super big. And I went home with the thought, oh wow, he's so much smaller than the other kids, you know. But then a bit later on, like maybe a few months, I saw those same children again, and they were equal to his size, if not shorter than him, which is very strange because I could swear that's not what I saw. It was also my stepson's first day of school in a new school, so I think that's a pretty big factor as well. Maybe I saw his nervousness as him being smaller, you know. I think that might very well be the case because he's not short. I think he's average height, but he's a very, what's the word? He doesn't like to show fear, but I can kind of sense it, and I think that might have played a part in my perceiving him to be a little bit smaller and the kids being bigger, you know, like almost putting sizes on their level of intimidation for him. You know, they just appeared a little bit bigger to me. Oftentimes when I first meet people, I will see them as much taller than they are, I think because I get a little bit nervous in social situations and maybe I'm perceiving myself as being smaller and them being much bigger with their confidence, etc. Sometimes I'll imagine people's heads really small. I don't know why, but there was one girl I met not too long ago and she had a ponytail, and it's just like, I remember her having such a really small head. But that wasn't the case, of course, when I saw her under other circumstances. Her head was perfectly normal sized. So I don't know. Does anyone else's mind do that? Whether you are or are not on the spectrum, how do you process when you first see something in a social situation? I think it's very similar to like Alice in Wonderland syndrome. That's what comes up when I search. But I know I do not have that. That comes with a whole nother list of symptoms I do not have. This is simply my perception in any given situation that is off. So yeah, just thought I would give that little thought a voice. Hopefully it's not too weird. If it is too weird, well, can't really change it. But thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you had the same experience. Let me know if there's a word for this problem. Well, it's not really a problem. Let me know if there's a word for that experience. Thank you so much. Have a great day.